Hi, I'm Bridget and welcome back to day 20 of 30 days of 10 minutes of yoga. And we're going to get started today in our downward facing dog. So making your way there in your own time, pressing the hips up towards the top back corner of the room, finding a little bit of movement when you get there. So pedaling out the feet, we're pressing nice and strong through the arms, pressing the chest back towards the tops of the thighs. Give those knees a nice generous bend here. Breathing into the backs of the legs. Finding a little bit of movement. And then finding stillness. And then when you're ready, we're going to move into our three-legged dog. So we're going to ground down through the left heel. Inhale, reach that right foot up towards the sky. And then we're going to bring that leg in line with the rest of the body. So imagining a nice long line from the top of the head right down to the bottom of that right heel. On an exhale, we're going to squeeze that right knee in towards the chest and the weight forward on the hands. And inhale, send that foot back. Exhale, squeeze in towards the chest, squeeze that knee in towards the chest, and inhale, send it back. Exhale, last time, squeeze that knee in towards the chest, pressing really strong through the arms. Then we're going to send that right foot out to the left side of our mat. Just send the weight into the right hand and lift that left hand up towards the sky. Taking a nice deep breath here. And then exhale, bring that left hand back to the mat. Activate through the core to bring that right knee back in towards the chest. And inhale, send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw it in towards the chest, and this time we'll step that right foot forward between the hands, drop the left knee down, untuck those left toes, and inhale, we find our low lunge, reaching up towards the sky. Opening up through the shoulders, so squeeze the shoulder blades back behind you. And exhale, we'll find our twist. So you might like to tuck those left toes under. I'm going to tuck my toes under. We're going to send the left hand forward, right hand comes back. You might press into that right foot so that you're not crashing into the lower back. Draw the right shoulder back. And then inhale, we make our way back to our low lunge, reaching the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the palms, we frame that right foot. Then plant the left palm, inhale, reach the right hand up towards the sky. We're going to lift the left knee away from our mat and roll onto the outside edge of that foot and see if you can bring the right foot back to meet the left in your side plank. Breathing deeply here, pressing the hips away from our mat, nice and strong through that left arm. And then exhale, we'll bring the right hand back to meet the left, find your plank pose. And on an exhale, we'll lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, press to your upward facing dog, pressing the knees away from the mat. And exhale, make our way back to downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet when you get there. Breathing into the backs of the legs, pressing the chest back. And then when you're ready, we'll find that flow on the other side. So we'll ground down through the right heel this time. Inhale, reach that left foot back. Bring it in line with the rest of the body. We've got a nice long line from the top of the head right down to the heel of that left foot. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest, shift the weight forward. And inhale, reach that foot back. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. And inhale, send it back. Exhale, last one, draw it in towards the chest. And then we're going to send that left foot out to the right side of us. Send the weight into the left arm and reach that right hand up towards the sky. Pressing the hips up here, nice and strong through the arms. And then exhale, we'll bring the right hand back to the mat. Activate through the core to bring that knee back in towards the chest. And then inhale, we send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw that knee in towards the chest and then step it forward between the hands. Drop that right knee down. We find our low lunge. Inhale, reaching the hands up towards the sky. You can untuck those right toes. Opening up through the shoulders. Drop them away from the ears and squeeze them back. Then you might like to tuck those right toes under as we find our twist. We send the right hand forward, left hand comes back. You might like to press into that left foot just to support the lower back. Breathing deeply here. And then inhale, coming back to center, reaching the hands up towards the sky. And exhale, we frame that left foot, plant the right palm. Inhale, we reach the left hand up towards the sky for our twist. And then lift the right knee away from our mat. We're going to send the weight into our right hand, turn onto the outside edge of that right foot and step that left foot back to meet the right in our plank pose. Pressing the hips up, breathing deeply. And then on an exhale, come back to your plank pose. Bring the left hand back to your mat. Exhale, we lower halfway, chaturanga. And inhale to our upward facing dog, pressing the chest forward. Exhale, we make our way back to our downward facing dog. Breathing into the backs of the legs, press that chest forward. Coming back to that connection with the breath. Maybe closing down the eyes here. And then on an exhale, we'll slowly lower the knees. Find child's pose for a moment. So bring the knees together, big toes together, and then we'll bring the arms back beside us. Letting the forehead come to rest on your mat. You can get really heavy through the shoulders here. Relax through the head and the neck. Closing down the eyes if you haven't already. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly make our way back up through seated and come all the way back to lie down. Take your time to get there. And then when you do get there, we're going to find our happy baby. So we're going to do both legs here today. So we're going to start to hug the knees in towards the chest and then take the hands and see if you can take a hold of the inner arches of those feet and then send the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Drawing the knees down towards the shoulders. Nice and active through the toes, so draw the toes back towards the knees. See if you can draw those shoulders back down to the mat. You can close down the eyes here. Breathing deeply. Pressing the hips down into the mat here. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And you might even like to play with straightening, maybe one leg at a time here. So straightening one, and maybe straightening through the other. Only if that feels right. You might like to rock a little bit side to side. So just find some gentle movement here, whatever feels right. And then when you're ready, we'll release the feet and slowly send them out into our Savasana. So sending the legs out long, bringing the arms to either side, palms facing up. Getting really heavy through the shoulders. Relaxing through the core. Nice and heavy through the arms and legs. Relaxing the muscles of the face. Relaxing the eyebrows and the eyelids. Maybe parting the teeth so that you can relax through the jaw. And just bringing the attention back to the breath. Enjoying this moment of stillness. Soaking up all the goodness from our flow today. You can stay here in your Savasana for as long as you would like, just enjoying that stillness, enjoying being with the breath. Or otherwise, when you're ready, we'll close our practice together. So we'll wiggle the fingers and the toes, rock the head from side to side, bending into the knees and slowly rolling onto one side, gently making your way back up to seated. And then we will close our practice together from seated, taking our last breath together here. So inhaling the hands up and overhead, bringing the palms together and melting them down to heart space, bowing through the head. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.